shut up over there. How about that?
Ah, screw you.
Oh, Donald, we have a show. Come on.
Where the heck are you, man?
These damn Steelers, they suck.
Son of a bitch. Hey guys, we're live from a bar. I'm sorry about everything right now. Let me go take care of something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, these damn Steelers.
Yeah, leave it to Donald to stream from a bar.
Wow.
He's going
Get over here!
Oh, come on, man.
Get over here! Come on!
Yeah, wherever you are, take him on. Take Donald down.
I'm gonna come over there and
Come on, man. Donald's just like 150 pounds. Come on, dude.
Get
Come
over
on, man. Come on. You can't get the kid that down scrawny little guy. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, walk up to him and try to kiss him in the mouth. You gotta punch him.
You gotta be
Why?
kidding
him
me.
anywhere and
Wow. Wow.
Why are we in a bar?
That's what you
That's
get.
what I'm saying. Bars.
That's what you get. I leaned into that one.
Donald, you do realize a lot of good things don't happen after midnight.
I guess not. But I got to straighten people out, you know, if they're going to get rowdy. We're in a bar. We're live. We're podcasting live. This is my cousin Lacey, by the way. You guys may or may not remember her from last year around this time. Those of you in the chats, I hope there's a few of you popping in. It looks like we're starting to fill up, so that's great. But yeah, Kevin, why don't you do some quick introductions and we'll get started.
All right. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone in the 24 time zones on planet Earth. Welcome to this apparent, inebriating, intoxicating, and bar-fighting heavy live stream. We're sometimes known as Rumble Pop. And now I'm going to introduce to you my co-hosts and co-conspirators for the evening. First, the moron in the bar, who is starting to fight for Why? I don't know. It's pretty stupid to be getting yourself in a bar. Because like I said, going places late at night to get you in a lot of trouble. He is Bruce Campbell's #2 fan. He was Mr. Teen Ohio from 1997. And for reasons unknown to me, he was voted the second best looking and sexiest man of North Hollywood, California. Ladies and gentlemen, give up for the 152-pound stud of masculinity. A man who looks at himself as an ivory tower of wisdom and sexiness. He is the original Donald. Next we go to a man who's originally from that beautiful state of Michigan, but now he resides in that state, Lone Star State of Texas. He's a man who's one of the most honorable, one of the most brilliant, and one of the best professors in the United States today. He teaches the thespian arts. He makes sure that all of his students will get a job on Broadway, Hollywood, or in the independent circuit. He is also was voted the third best looking and sexiest professor in the state of Texas in 2023. Give it up for Professor Chris D. Turner.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks. Right now, I'm more concentrating on the kids getting a job in general.
Well, I did mention that. That is your number one priority.
Not necessarily in acting, just that they, can graduate and, get a job.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir. And that's why, again, you're one of the most honorable and best professors in our nation today. And last, but certainly not least, a man who grew up in the hard streets of California. A man who delivers the most homicidal lyrics in hip-hop today. He is also a man who has one of the best channels of video gaming out there today. He is a man that when women see him, they want to be touched by him. They want to hug him. They want to embrace his love and kindness. He is Sal Hernandez. And of course, let me not forget the young lady to the left of Donald in the green tank top wearing the glasses. She is a lady who is related to Donald McKinney. She is a lady who is honorable, a lady who's one of the best workers, one of the best businesswomen in the state of Ohio today. She is Miss Lacey Lacey.
I don't know her last name. I just got to keep going with Lacey.
Could have used, Donald's last name.
Well,
Kenny.
I don't think they have the last name. That's why I'm 90%
No, we don't,
certain they don't have
we
the
don't
last
share
name. So
the
that's why
same
you do
last
it.
name, buddy.
I didn't say you guys did, but you know what? I was just trying to be helpful. Hey,
Of course.
Mr. Sean.
And of course, I am your humble servant,
Can you hear
your
me?
humble podcaster, the
Hey.
Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan Arts, your Supreme Chancellor, the Supreme Brother, Kevin.
I didn't do that. I wasn't even touching it.
And also, let me give props to the gentleman who's playing pool in the background with that beard. The man who looks about 6'3", 270 pounds of muscle, who's waving to us right now. You know, when you have a
He's like
chance, sir, you
5'4".
need to get a rematch with Mr. Donald because you're 120 pounds heavier. There's no reason why you should let a guy like that get you in a headlock.
I
So
don't know if
hopefully later
People
on
saw
you
earlier, but I
teach him
whooped
a
his
lesson
ass.
or two.
I whooped his
Teach
ass
him a lesson or two.
on live television. Or internetism. YouTubeism. I don't know.
This is forever.
YouTubeism.
YouTubeism.
Look at that. Oh,
It's forever.
Oh my
Pure-
God!
pure
Damn.
steel,
But
man.
Donald, but
Those are
Donald,
some serious water guns I've seen.
yeah,
but
right?
Donald, as
Got you
you
wet.
admire your 17-inch pythons or 17-inch pea shooters, why don't you pull out something for the people?
Oh, yeah, I probably could. Hey, by the way, Jason, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope the echo has improved a lot, guys, so let me know if that's the case. But in the meantime, maybe I could do a little pulling out. Just a little bit.
Oh,
I pulled out fast on all you. This is a delightful pullout. So here's the pullout's gonna be a little different today since we're in a bar. I couldn't bring a bunch of comic books. I could probably get my ass beat. So what I'm thinking. Yes, Mr. Sean, I'm in Ohio. I'm in an Ohio bar here. I've got my delightful cherry wheat, and what else do we have here? Give me that bottle. Yeah. We've been hitting it pretty hard. I've been slamming shots. I don't want that one. Yeah, I'll just do
Too
a shot.
bad. We're gonna show it anyhow.
Well, you could show it, but that stuff's terrible. That's like rock gut.
Too bad.
was it black? They said black velvet.
It
It looks like Black Label something.
Yeah, and that's Jimmy Boy.
Jim Beam apple.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a creeper because it just tastes so good.
Yeah, it tastes so good. It hurts so good too.
Yeah.
What's up,
Empty
Sammy?
bottle of Boyd and Bow.
Oh yeah, I finished that. Now, Greg would be proud of that. That's
know.
90 proof, right?
I don't know.
There was half a bottle when I started.
91 proof.
91 proof. I rock that shit. A pure Irish Scotsman right here. Right here. Anyway, so I didn't. Being in Ohio, I haven't had time to read comic
busy.
books. I haven't had a lot of
Every
time.
day.
Yeah, I try, but I haven't had that capability. But what did happen is I was going to go to one of my favorite comic book shops in the state. And I was unable to because it was just too. They were closed. Let's be honest, they were closed. I went to go on a Sunday with my sister. They were closed, so we pivoted and we found another shop. And let me tell you, it was rather delightful. I was quite pleased with the shop, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So let me pull up a photo from this shop. So give me a second here to do that. Then it's in Akron, Ohio, and the name of the shop is, let's see, it's probably gonna be this last photo, second to last, right here. I think it's Magic City. It's gonna be a large photo, so I do apologize. Yep, Magic City Comics in Akron, Ohio. That's the front of the shop. So, it looks pretty cool, right? You're going by, you're like, okay, that looks like a fun comic book shop. Or, some type of toy shop or something, because it does say toys right there on the sign outside. So we walked in, and we were literally the only two customers in the shop for probably the first half an hour.
I mean, it was a Sunday.
Yeah, well, yeah. Until a guy came in for his pull list, and he was having problems with his pull list, Sal, so don't feel bad. Every shop has these issues with their pull list. I've never been to a comic book shop where they're like, oh yeah, everything you want, I've got it right here, everything.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I did pick up a one copy of Doctor Strange number 17, Sal. So I do have one copy for one of our pool customers that needs it. So on Wednesday, ask around, ask everybody that has it on their list if they need it, and then I'll just pick one that I like the most and give them that book.
Or what we could do is we could take the names and put it on a paper, and then put it in a jar, and you put your hand in it.
Yeah, and that's how you get your pulls now. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
So that's Magic City. I'll show you a little bit about the inside of the shop. First, I'll show you the outside. This is just from a street view. I was standing in the street, almost got ran over, but it's cool. So you see, typical small little Akron town, kind of cool, fun little town. And then we go inside the shop, and we get to see a little bit more. So I'm going to show you the view here. When you first walk in, this is kind of what you see.
Checkered floor.
Yeah, it's got a checker floor.
Chests on that.
We had some customers in there. There's the cases. And if we roll back there...
So it wasn't a very big shop, but it was pretty full.
It was full. It was jam-packed. But the back was still rather empty in the back. So it looked like they had been around since the 80s, but it looked like they'd been doing some construction in the back.
Oh, those are old buildings in Akron. So.
Yeah. And they've been around, I think it said since the 80s, since like 86, 87.
As a comic book shop.
Yes, as a comic book shop.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that shop is as old as I am.
Yes.
That's pretty cool to still be in business.
That's what I asked them. I was like, are you Sal's age? And they said yes.
I can't wait till I see you again, Donald. I'll give you a nice hug.
Give me a nice kiss. Yeah, they've got, they don't have Xbox games or anything, but they have a lot of toys, a lot of games up on the wall, a ton of pop toys. Their books, reasonably priced. They didn't have barely any like vintage books. It was all primarily new, so they're like a new comic book shop that they sell.
So they keep up with the dates.
Yeah, they got a pull shop and things like that. Yeah, so or pull list. I mean, here's the front. When you turn around, you can see what the front looks like here. Jeffrey the giraffe right there.
I was just about to ask it. I was like, is that a giraffe in the front window?
Yep, they've got a lot of.
It is.
Had a lot of vintage shirts and stuff like that too. So
it's like a telephone booth almost looked like you're walking out of, or
yeah,
what is
kind
it,
of.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. They should have made it look like a TARDIS. They dropped the ball on that one because they would have. If they would have said, "Oh, it's bigger on the inside," and when you go out, you're out on the street. It is bigger. That'd have been funny. Yes, I am reporting live from Ohio. Sammy, Mr. Sean says, excellent. Say hi to Hamilton for me. My folks were from there. They also went to Miami University of Ohio. Oh, nice. And
That's from Ohio.
My mom and dad, by the way, are here. Everybody say hi to my mom and dad.
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Father McKinney.
They're literally here. They're like they're not in the bar.
Like 3 miles away.
Dad would be just.
2 miles.
Oh. I talked to you about your lawn. Are you taking care of your lawn? No, he wouldn't be like that. But anyway, I digress. Let me pull that up there real quick. And that's pretty much it. So that's Magic City in Akron. It's a wonderful shop. If you do come to visit the wonderful state of Ohio, it is truly, I feel blessed to be from Ohio. I know that sounds weird.
No,
but
I still live here.
It's a beautiful state with a lot of beautiful things to it. And I feel like if you're planning a vacation, there's a lot of shit in Ohio. We have the Hopewell Indian Mounds, for God's sakes, which is super cool.
We even have a lot of haunted places.
Hocking Hills. We got the Ohio Caverns. We got Mansfield Reformatory, which is the most #1 haunted spot in
one baseball
Ohio.
team. We got 2 football teams.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could go to Ohio, or there's 49 other states that are better that you can go to.
Wow. It's definitely not Michigan.
Wow.
Well, you're definitely a Michigan. You're definitely a Michigan man, that's for sure.
We can have all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah, that's true. You can have all 4 seasons in one day. But anyway, I just pulled out on all y'all.
And now, I believe it's time for Professor Turner to spill that precious tea on beautiful travel locations.
Is he? You guys spill tea? Sis?
Let's spill the tea while I drink my little beer here. I got beer. Steiner Strawberry Bond.
I'm going to go see what this Yahoo's up to, and I got to grab a hold of him. I'm going to.
So, since we're talking about bars, I figured I'd talk about bars. The place that I said has a lot of bars is, the city of sin, Las Vegas. People might not know it, but Las Vegas is riddled with speakeasies. Those are speakeasies. These are like secret bars. It wasn't really secret. Everyone knows about them. But Las Vegas really does have secret bars that passwords that you could not find anywhere online to get. Today we're going to talk about Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas. And they have four basic really cool like speakeasies. The first one is called the Ski Lodge, which is basically themed off of a ski lodge in the mountains. And they have like pizza and cocktails and stuff like that. Really kind of cool. The next one is called Barbershop Cuts and Cocktails. This is really cool. This is what I think is really cool. And back in the old days, we had to go like to a speakeasy. You'd have to like through business to get there. And sometimes you have to go to a barbershop. And so this one is you actually have to go through a real functioning barbershop to get to the speakeasy. Really cool. And it's a whiskey bar, pretty much. And you go get a haircut and whiskey, some whiskey. And the third one is called Beauty in Essex. And it's basically like very like themed, like an old timey speakeasy. You have to go through a pawn shop to get the bar. You have to go to the pawn shop and then like through a custodian door to get in, which I think is pretty cool. It's a gorgeous atmosphere. Very 1920s. And the last one is the most funky one. It's called Ghost Donkey. And they
maneuver.
Sure. Why not? After you drink what they serve, you want to be in that sexual maneuver.
Ghost donkey.
They serve a lot of mixed drinks with what they call mezcal, which is like tequila's older cousin. I'm not sure. I don't know if I've ever had it. You guys ever had mezcal? Put it in mezcal. Yeah. Never had it. But anyway, so. It's the only speakeasy Cosmopolitan that is dedicated to serving spirits to get south of the border. So all Mexican spirits. You can get the mezcal, and other things. It's very Mexican themed spirit wise. But it's really cool. A lot of neon lights and stuff like that. Very easy. What you can imagine the speakeasy will look like in Vegas. So we want to go check out a bunch of different speakeasies. Check out Cosmopolitan.
Nice.
And that's my tea. That's my tea that's been spilled today.
All right.
Oh yeah. Isn't like a Cosmopolitan like a men's drink?
It is also really amazing. Those are really amazing hotel resort in Vegas, ran by Marriott.
Nice. What about you, Brandon?
I'm aware of the echo, everybody, but I there's not much that I can seem to do about it, and I'm sorry. I'm trying. But it's not easy when you're traveling to be able to get everything perfect. So I'm going to keep working on it and see if I can get it to fix it, but it's hard. Technically, there should be no echoing right now since we're wired in, so that's where the confusion for me sets in, because if we're wired in, I don't know why we're echoing. There should be literally no echo if you're wired in.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not playing through the laptop speaker. It's playing through the earbuds that we have. So I'm at a loss currently as to why that is, but I'm working on it. So hopefully it goes away, and if not, I do apologize. But maybe it's something that we can put up with. I don't know how bad it is. I just know we have a little, when anybody talks, we have some.
Just on a couple.
Yeah, it just does that a little bit. So.
Kevin sounded okay for a moment.
Yeah, Kevin sounds fine. It's just Chris's fault. Let's blame Chris.
It's not me. My internet's over like a gig fast. So.
Spotless.
That sounded better.
Yeah, a little bit better. Okay.
It's
at this
your
moment,
Ohio internet.
Donald is
Oh, no,
not
no, no,
echoing.
No. He's always had really great service.
Mr. Turner.
Yeah, how dare you, sir? How dare you?
And he's on time. Just like me.
So let's get moving with the bars, like with the rankings on the bars and bar films. I feel like this is something that's probably going to go by pretty quick, but we just want to have a little bit of fun with y'all before we call it an evening. I totally get why Chris is yawning open mouth like that, because he was hoping I would throw some pretzels in there, but guess what, Chris? I'm out of pretzels. So you don't get any.
I have no pretzels.
Oh, Lord. Great. Just great. Mr. Sean says actually the laughter in the echo has a cool factor to it. Well, that's good. Good to see the good and the bad, so to speak. Oh, Lord, these people here are... Oh, thank you. This lady, this random woman, I don't know, just gave me some pretzels. So.
Oh, you guys have like similar looks there.
Yeah?
No.
Nom, 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 nom. So Chris and I are eating pretzels. It's great. ASMR by Chris. Me too.
Yeah.
Mr. Sean says, "Hey there, bar lady."
Hi.
All right, so let's just go clockwise, and we'll count down from 10 to 1. And if we have some of the same, we'll just mention it at the time it's mentioned first, and then we'll skip it when we go around again and it comes to ours. We'll just tell, hey, that was, we already went over it, number 9, that was my number 3, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thing. The usual. So, Kevin, we're going to start with you. And what is your number 10 on your bar films? Do you have one? If you don't, it's fine. We'll just move on.
Well, I guess we might as well move on. Technically, we only have but a handful, so just skip me. This is within the 10 technically.
Kevin's not much of a drinker, so he doesn't tend to watch films with bars because that's how Satan gets into your soul, he told me. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know about that.
Satan is already in your soul, bro. You just don't know it yet.
I'm always behaving for my folks, Sammy. I'm very well behaved. You can ask anybody. Okay, so Sal, do you have a number 10 on your list? And if you do, what is it?
It's Swingers with John Favreau and oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. He was in Dodgeball.
Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn, yeah. This movie it's a really fun movie to watch, especially like when you have all four friends go to a bar all the time just to pick up women. And one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when they're playing NHL 97. No, it's 97 because it's the first time they put where you could actually hit somebody in the game and they bleed from the head. And then they took that out of the next one from the Sega Genesis. And yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes from that movie from Swingers.
How did we get to the Sega Genesis when it comes to Swingers? I don't know, but that is actually number 9 on my list, Sal.
9?
Did you have it on your list?
It did not.
Okay. I love Swingers. I loved Vince Vaughn. I love Jon Favreau together in this. The whole scene where Jon Favreau calls that girl repeatedly and keeps leaving her messages, and then eventually she's like, "Never call me again." It's the best. It's like, talk about ruining a relationship before it even starts. No, Steven, there is an echo. I'm sorry. I don't know where it's coming from. I am wired in, and therefore you should not be hearing an echo. It shouldn't be coming from me, so I don't know how it's coming on their ends. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out, but I'm still working on it, and we'll see. We'll see if we can get it fixed.
Yeah, but where's the headphones at?
There are.
Not the phones, but the microphones.
The microphone's the laptop.
No.
Yeah. Which, if you had the earbuds, the mic should still work. It's not picking up their voices, so there shouldn't be an echo. So that's why I'm like, how does that make sense? But I love swingers. I love. No problem, Steven.
like
Thank you
swingers?
for being a part of this. What's that?
I'm just being dumb.
Son of
You like
Um,
swingers? Pineapple. Upside down.
a. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It's a great movie though. It's a lot of fun. What is the bar that's in Hollywood? Chris, do you remember the bar? I want to say it's the Ace of Clubs.
I've been there, but I can't remember what it's called.
I think it's the Ace of Clubs. It's in Hollywood. I've been there multiple times. I made sure to go there and have drinks because it was just such a cool spot and it had that piece of
You made
history.
sure to go there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not called Swingers. It's called the Ace of Clubs. And who wouldn't want to be like a swinger? Like you bring your wife
I'll
or girlfriend with you and you let them go do their thing and then you go do your thing. It's great.
Not my type of thing yet.
That's why I'm single. It's great.
I said yet. I don't know. I've only been married for 4 years.
Oh Lord. Well, give it time. Give it time.
Nothing to do out there, isn't there?
Well, there's a lot to do out here.
Well, a lot.
It's the Dresden Lounge or the Derby. They shot those are where they shot.
Oh, the Dresden too?
Yeah, the Derby and then the Dresden.
Okay, I've definitely been to the Dresden. I don't think I've been to the Derby. I've been to the Dresden a bunch of times. Elaine and what was the guy's name? The guy passed away. Marty. Marty and Elaine were the two lounge singers, and they've been singing there forever. All he would do, by the way, all Marty would do was just croon. He was the crooner. And he's like 80 years old crooning and wearing a wig. And Elaine would play an accordion. She played a keyboard. I think she played a guitar. She did the tambourine. And she sang. She was so multi-talented. And during COVID, they shut down the Dresden. And I think that they lost their momentum. And I think Marty just kind of lost his spirit. And that was it. And he passed away, unfortunately. But they're beautiful people, and if you ever got to know them, they're really wonderful, beautiful souls. So, Marty, this is for you, sir. And Elaine, this is for you. And one more for me. For you too. For our audience. Okay, and I'm drunk. No, but Swingers is a great movie, and if you guys get a chance to visit any of those bars, highly recommend it. There is a drink called Blood in the Sand there. That's phenomenal. It's like a slight tinge of grapefruit, but it's worth it. It's beautiful. It looks like a glass of sand, and then there's a drop of blood in it. It's spectacular. If you go there to the Dresden, order that drink for sure.
Dresden's like the place. Dresden's the place I went to. That's looking at the pictures.
Okay, cool. Steven says, thanks for the show. I met Kev a year and a half ago, and he was a super solid dude, kept it on the level, and I appreciate that. I tune in every show and just want to say thank you, guys. Thanks, Steven. Appreciate it.
Oh.
Very much. It's very sweet. Three of Clubs. That makes sense, Sammy. Yes. I think you're right. I think it was called the Three of Clubs. In Swingers, in Swingers, the pink dot delivery scene is good. They also criticize Tarantino with a continuous circling shot around a table as they sit around a table talking with the camera circling them. I love those kinds of shots myself, so I'm a bit spoiled that way with that kind of love. Chris, what is your number 10? Did you have one?
Yes, I do. My number 10 is Coyote Ugly.
Wow, so far down on your list, Coyote Ugly. Number 4 on mine.
It's not my favorite movie. I mean, it stars fresh off the same year, fresh off the fame of Rocky and Bullwinkle, Piper Perabo, and one of my favorite actors, John Goodman. It's about a singer who gets a job at a woman run NYC bar, and brings her out of her shell. Coming of age story, basically.
We don't serve water.
Yeah. So, funny story is if you go to Coyote Ugly. Right. I went to Coyote Ugly once, and it was our birthday. And I said it was our birthday, and they're basically, we're gonna play a game. So basically, what they did is they made me take my sock off, and then put my beer, and they put it over my beer, and then I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, okay, you got to drink the beer out of your sock. Like you got to like chug it through your sock, which was disgusting as it was. But then what they do is they made us switch beers with somebody else. So they randomized, so we had to drink beer out the sock. So because of that reason, the real life Coyote Ugly is disgusting, and it went on the bottom of my list.
Okay, that's fair.
We had the ugly mug in the one small town. I used to call it the ugly ugly.
The ugly mug.
Remember that? Years and years
Was that
ago.
in Port Washington? Isn't that where I danced to Get Jiggy with it one time
Maybe. I mean,
I
they
lost
had
a
people
bet.
getting up on the bars.
and danced on the dance
I used to
floor?
call it the ugly ugly.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's kind of like a Coyote Ugly, but
Yeah. I love this movie. First of all, it's like a predominantly all-female cast, which when it comes
badass
to
women.
when it comes to bar movies and stuff, you don't normally see that. So it was outside the box, and I love that about it. I also love that it had Naomi Campbell in it. Right? That's
No,
Naomi.
no, it's
No?
Tyra
Tyra
Banks.
Banks.
That's
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 Tyra
Tyra
Banks.
Banks, bro.
No.
Yeah.
What am I thinking then?
That's the 5 head, forehead model.
Who's the? Oh, so Tyra's the one that does the show. Okay, so yeah. So that's what
Naomi
I'm thinking
Campbell
of.
was married
Girl got a
to.
raise for punching
So not married.
somebody.
I take that back.
There's Maria Bello in it.
Yeah, Maria Bello, I love Maria Bello. Yeah.
Piper Perbo, of course.
Yeah. Tyra
Of-
Banks
of
is the
Bal-
one that has the show, the TV show, with the modeling and stuff. That's the one I'm talking
Because she
about.
was a model.
Yeah.
I don't know if she still is, but she was.
I don't
And then the owner of the bar played in a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, that's Maria Bello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was phenomenal in it. The origin, they tell you the origin of the Coyote Ugly, the name, is that when you wake up and you've had something to drink and you sleep with somebody, you would rather gnaw your own arm off than be caught with them. So it's a Coyote Ugly situation. I love that idea. Just a really phenomenally fun. It was actually funny. That's the thing. I saw it at like a second run theater, and it was funny. And I was like, wow, this has a lot of heart, and it's really fun. And I very much enjoyed it, which is why I put it at number 4, freaking 4 on my list, because I really enjoyed it that much.
Ew.
God, Donald, Tyra. Oh, sorry, Sammy. Jeez. I did try to fix a few things in the audio, so hopefully that fixed it. I can't know, though, so anybody wants to tell me if it's fixed, that would be, I would love that if it was fixed. If I
Tyra,
fixed it.
Tyra got a big old forehead, dude.
She does, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
I don't
talked
like
to
that
dolphins.
show or how they treated the girls, though.
I didn't watch any documentaries. I don't know.
No, it's not a documentary.
No, if there was a documentary on it.
Oh, I don't think there was. Was there a documentary on it?
I don't know. She just said she didn't like how she treated the girls, or they treated the girls. so-
Yeah, but I think she's talking about it in the movie.
Oh.
I don't think she's talking about a documentary, but we'll see. I'm going to go number 10 on my list. It's a Michael Caine film, and you're like, what? What? This came out in, like, I want to say 2009. Michael Caine played a retired dude that was, I think he was a policeman or in the military. I believe he was in the military. And this one is called Harry Brown. I believe it's also a drink similar to a fuzzy navel, but it's served off your butthole, so they
I don't
call
know
it a
that
Harry
movie.
Brown. I'm
Ugh.
kidding. I made that up. It sounds good to us.
Disgusting.
So basically, the premise of it is Michael Caine's best friend gets murdered by some thugs in the neighborhood that he lives in because this neighborhood's gone downhill. And it's just about this old man that's ex-military that decides to fight back. And he's like, I'm going to fuck these young shits up. And he does. And it's amazing. It's a quiet little indie film that came out in like 2009 from some British company that shot it. And had Michael Caine in it, who was awesome in it. This is like, what's his name? He's in The Gray, and Liam Neeson. It's like a Liam Neeson or Keanu Reeves type film, but with Michael Caine. So this was the start and end of Michael Caine's badass character career.
Start and end?
Yeah, basically, he didn't do anything like this afterwards. And this was kind of the start.
Maybe I'll start of the end.
Yeah. Start of and the end of that. This
Because
is the
he's-
first film
he's
that
a
I
good
know of him
actor.
being a badass like this, and the last film.
He's been a bad.
So Harry Brown, if you get a chance to check it out, it's super great. It's number 10 on my list. I'm gonna list it. I should have done this on the start. I'm so sorry, guys.
You know, in a way, when I think about it, it's kind of like Alfred getting pissed off and taking care of business.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. We've got Mr. Sean says, was it fun because you only paid $1.50 to see it? That's a good question, and I always throw that into the equation. Would I have liked this if I paid full price? Yes, I would have. The reason in mentioning that is because oftentimes if you go to a theater where you wouldn't ordinarily see a film because it's more expensive, where you might be willing to cough up $4 or $5 for, alternatively, you get to see a lot of films that you wouldn't ordinarily check out. So it was nice we actually found this film, and it's kind of a little treasure with Coyote Ugly. But with Harry Brown, I saw it at ArcLight. It played there. It was a lot of fun, really kind of depressing, but action-packed, and had some comedy to it, a little bit peppered in there. So I recommend it if you get a chance to check it out. America's Next Top Models was evil, says Sammy.
That's what she said about the other movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mr. Sean says, this Michael Caine movie has my interest. He's made plenty of badass movies. Yeah, but this is like old badass. You know what I'm talking about? Old badass.
You know what?
Michael
I
Caine.
need to step away for just a moment.
Yeah,
Keep on going.
Yeah. Lazy stepping away for a second. She's got to go take a dump.
Oh my god.
I'm
dude.
kidding. I'm
You
kidding. Oh, she's so
did not
pissed
even
right
know that, dude.
now. She's giving me the finger. No, I think she's going to go smoke. Yeah. So Harry Brown. Kevin, what do you got? Anything? No. Sal, let's move on to yours.
My number 9 is Cocktail with Tom Cruise.
Oh, you like the
and,
first part of that title, don't you?
Yeah, it's what I give to people. So
That one's
no.
that one.
Wait, hold on a second, Sal. You serve cocktails?
I think
didn't
you're
know
talking
that.
about Pussy Willow, Sal.
no. Anywho, it was a cool movie. I thought it was like, it's about a man who is trying to open up his dream bar in Jamaica, ex-military.
Well,
and,
Sal, you're Jamaican me crazy.
your puns, I swear I miss them.
Hey,
Almost miss them.
thank you.
But the one thing I liked about the movie was that the atmosphere of the bar where people are having a good time, and it just felt like you just want to be a part of it, and that's why I liked Cocktail. But it was like I put it at number 9 because I may have watched it maybe once or twice, but it was okay for me.
I have it as number 5 on my list,
Oh, nice.
and I have it at 5 because it's an iconic movie and it's been copied so much. I feel it had to be top 5.
I legitimately don't think I've ever seen it.
You've never seen Cocktail?
No, I don't remember him.
That's
I know of him
back
being
when
a
he could
bartender,
act,
but I don't think
when
I've ever
he was a
seen
nice
it.
person. I don't watch any of his new films. I can't stand him now.
I kind of want to work with Tom Cruise just so he'll call me every year on my birthday. He does that to people.
Select people, probably. He
Why
doesn't
don't-
even do it to his own children.
I'm gonna wear a shirt that says my birthday is when I get on set with him, just to see.
Hey,
if
he
he'll
doesn't.
do it.
He doesn't call his child Siri. You're saying?
He don't call any of his kids.
Wow. Why?
You should
That's
get
because every time he says, "Hey Siri, call Siri," and Siri's like, "I can't do
Scientology
that,"
prevents him from having
and
any
he's like,
contact with
"Shit."
any of his children.
It's really confusing.
What? Did David Miscavige tell him that he can't contact his children or something?
That's the way
That's
it is.
messed. That's disturbing.
It's a yeah.
Huh? That
Any
I
of his
don't know
kids that
anything
he
about.
adopted with Nicole Kidman and Sarah, yeah.
Wow.
That's
There's a
terrible.
lot of actors that are estranged from
pretty
their
awful.
children because of Scientology.
Hmm.
It's quite an interesting religion, I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
Well, you should know that Donald was a member at one point.
Ooh.
Mr. Sean, I'm gonna tell you right away. Because 2 weeks ago we just did the zombie films, and Shaun of the Dead was really high on the list. I think it was number 1 for most of us. I did not. We did not include this, really, that I'm aware of on this list. Maybe Sal
I mean,
did.
no, I wanted to, but at the end of the day, I was like, no, we already did the zombie movie,
Right.
thing. So I left it out.
Yeah, but don't worry. There's a surprise. So don't worry. So Cocktail. I guess I'll just have to watch it. Soon. I'll watch it soon. Don't
It's
worry
good.
about it. Chris, what was number 9 on your list?
Number 9 for me was Moulin Rouge.
Oh.
Those of you who don't know, musical directed by Baz Luhrmann, Baz Luhrmann. I've had one beer and I'm already drunk.
Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann, and it stars Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor, John Leguizamo, Jim Broadbent. Basically about a poet who falls in love with a whore at a nightclub in Paris.
This is kind of how we met.
Yeah.
Who's the whore? Who's Ewan McGregor?
That's for you to decide.
Yeah, leave that to your imagination.
Mr. Turner is Ewan McGregor.
I did not get that from that movie.
Wasn't Queen Latifah in that movie as well?
What?
I don't think so.
You racist.
I think it's
No, neither of them were in that.
Let me double check.
Ozzy Osbourne was in it. Kylie Minogue was in it.
Moulin Rouge.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Jim Broadbent.
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking at the picture. Yeah, they were in it. There you go.
Richard Roxburgh.
Well, what's your favorite part?
I love their rendition of Your Song by Elton John. That they made a duet with him and Nicole Kidman. It's a beautiful moment.
I'm getting that.
And so I don't know. It's a fun movie and it's really fun and it's the only Baz Luhrmann film I like. They made a Broadway musical, so it's got to be good enough to make a Broadway musical of.
Nice. Okay.
Ozzy Osbourne was the Green Fairy? What
yeah,
the?
Well, that sounds yeah. That's Absinthe, by the way. That's the Green Fairy. This did not make it on my list. I do very much enjoy this film. Don't get me wrong, but I thought the horror house aspect of it just didn't work for me for this list. I felt that I had other choices. And I knew Chris was going to put it on his because it's a musical. I was like, it's going on Chris's list, like no doubt. So I was like, let's diversify a little bit. So I didn't put it on mine. What I did put on my list at number 9, we've already talked about it, Swingers. So we're going to pivot back over to Sal for his number 8 on the list. Sal, what is your number 8?
Number 8 is Animal House. But Chris says that doesn't count.
I'm gonna fight you. There's no bar in Animal House.
I don't have a picture of Animal House, so I am going to put up a picture of a comic book I found at the comic shop called Biden's Titans, where he's sniffing Dracula's hair. So there you go.
Okay, so Chris, you say that Animal House, The Hangover, and Desperado or Weekend at Bernie's don't count, right?
They're party movies, but they're not bar movies.
This is a
I mean,
Okay,
fight
so
me. Fight me. Try to convince me that I'm wrong.
yeah. Convince him he's wrong, Sal. Get him.
Let the debate begin.
Oh,
No,
wait.
it's-
Here
no,
we
there's no-
go.
I mean,
I mean,
No, you're
I'd
right.
love to be.
You're
I'd love
terrible
to be
at
proved
this.
wrong.
Come on, Sal, get your debate ready.
No, well, he's right. It's not a bar, but it's about drinking, and people drink at bars, and there's no bar.
Bar scene at a house because isn't it like a frat party?
Yeah.
Thing?
It was a frat house.
And those are
A lot
You
of frat
know?
houses have bars set up.
I'll allow this one.
they
Jerk.
just turn a house into a bar. I mean,
Anywho, I picked Animal House because it's like a classic movie to watch.
It's a great
had
film.
really great film. Basically, that's how I partied when I was in college. So
I loved Tom Hanks in this film.
yeah, okay. There's no
Wait,
Tom
what?
Hanks.
I have never had to think so much right now. Like,
What are you talking
He's
about?
like,
There's no
yeah,
Tom Hanks.
yeah. Oh wait, no, he's not in this. All right, okay. So that was your number 8. That's cute.
Yeah.
Chris,
What's your number 8?
what was your number 8,
All right.
Chris?
My eight's a little indie film. Not a lot of people probably know about. It's called Pool Hall Junkies. And it stars
Christopher Walken.
Mars Callahan and Christopher Walken. And basically, it's about a pool hall hustler at a pool hall. And it's just a lot of fun, and it's very thrilling. And I saw it right on a whim one day, and I was like, wow, this is a really, really awesome, movie. And anything that Christopher Walken touches is gold. So,
My next payment.
so it was a $4 million budget, made 500,000.
Hey, that's pretty good. Hey, Alex Banquitas here, everybody. Hello, Alex. Good to see you.
I gotta check that movie out. I like Christopher Walken and
also
every movie he's in.
Lex Luthor from Smallville was in as well.
Oh, Rosenbaum. I think that's his name. Michael Rosenbaum, something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Was it the dad or the kid?
No, Lex
Smallville.
Luthor. Yeah. The kid.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Pool Hall
Really,
Junkies.
really fun, gripping movie. It's a comedy drama thriller, and it really does cover all three, and it's really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
I saw you hit another ball with the
Hey,
stick.
Mr. Sean,
You messed
thank
up.
you. But Mr. Sean finally, he says, okay, everyone is not echoing. Yay.
I think it sounds good now.
High five. I did it.
Clint Eastwood's daughter is also in the movie.
Which one?
Allison.
Allison.
Mr. Sean says there's one sequence in Animal House that takes place in a bar, and hey, not every scene in Swingers is in a bar either. That's true. Sammy says, excuse me, I mentioned at World's End and was ignored. Yeah, well, we're going to keep ignoring you. And Alex says, Chris Walken got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Pool Hall Junkies would have made more money if it had more cowbell. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. More cowbell, guys. Okay, so that's your number 8. That's going to bring me to my number 8, by the way, which is another one. There's a lot of bar to it because it is kind of like an Applebee's, which is a restaurant/bar. So there's a lot of scenes that take place technically in the bar. So I got a little technical with it. And we're talking about the Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long?
Yep.
Yeah. Starring Waiting, which I'm going to be honest with you, if you watch it and you're like, this is disgusting, about 75% of it is true. Having worked in restaurants for a long 11 years, 75% of what they do is true. And they're like, oh, let's get some dandruff in there. Oh, let me rub it on the floor and let me put my balls on it. And shit happens all the time.
I'm gonna tell you this: that
if you go out to
movie
eat-
has educated me a lot. That's
Yeah.
number one thing that movie taught me is never mess with people that handle your food.
Nope.
Yep.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, Donald, you and I are very close. You and I are very close here. I have this movie at number 7. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. So Chris had it at number 7. I just loved a lot of the camaraderie between them. And there was this one girl that she was always angry at everything. I feel like she must have quit where I worked at and went and worked with somebody that wrote the script. Dane Cook was in the kitchen and he was an asshole. Louise Guzman, they always had this thing where they would pull out. They would like if you caught them and they were showing their balls, like you got punched, or
You get kicked in the ass.
Kicked in the ass. That's what it was. With us, I think it was you got punched. So that shit existed, guys. That shit happened in restaurants. It's still happening all across the United States, at least. It's crazy, but it's true. A lot of this shit is true. It's very true. 75% of this movie is
And
true.
it probably happens even more often whenever people still don't even know how to do their job.
Yeah. So if you're an asshole to somebody in a restaurant that's cooking your food or serving you your food, good luck. Just get up and leave and don't even eat.
Make your food
Like-
We
awful.
have our first biatch of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alex says the scene when the cooks flip out when people order right before the restaurant is about to close, 100% accurate. Yes. I once made a grilled cheese by putting the bread in the toaster, microwaving the American cheese, spreading it on the inside of the toast, covering the toast gently with a little butter, and cutting it in half and saying, fuck them.
I mean, yeah. Some people say, but the restaurant's open till 10. We can still come in at 5 till.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they
Yeah.
want to go home.
Right. Everybody wants to go home. They don't want to serve
Doesn't
you and then
matter,
go
they're
home an
still
hour
open.
later. You pieces of shit. So if you're watching right now on the live and you do that, go fuck yourself.
Give them a half an hour.
Yeah, at
They wanna
least.
go home.
I say don't. If it's an hour before, it's questionable.
It depends on what it is. If you're
Yeah.
just going down to like a pizza shop, it takes 10, 15 minutes to do everything.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna get something fried, that's fine too, I guess.
I just feel like people just to have common courtesy and decency to just be like, oh shit, they're closing in 5 minutes. You know what? Let me find something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to number 7. Sal, what's number 7 on your list, sir?
Casino Royale, 007.
What? Oh, I don't have.
You know,
that.
I did think about that too.
I don't have a photo of that, so I'm gonna bring up a picture of Joe Biden sniffing Dracula's hair.
Oh my god. Casino Royale, like,
You like that, don't you? That- you just really like it.
is that a real comic book?
Yeah, it is. It
You
is.
didn't buy it though.
I didn't buy it. No.
Why didn't you buy it?
I don't know.
Biden Titans versus Dracula. Look at Dracula's face, like he's worried. Wow. Yo. It's like he's like trying to tell Dracula a secret. He's like, I don't want to know. I don't want to
Sorry.
know. But no, Casino Royale, like, there's a bar the whole time they're playing cards. They're bringing them drinks. It's basically a bar movie. And then the thing that I liked about it was that, like, the main bad guy, that's Mickelson, I think that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. He was like a really good bad guy in that one. And then, you know, one of my favorite lines in that whole movie was when James Bond told him, he's like, I'll worry about myself when I start tearing blood. And I was like, wow, that's some messed up shit to say to a bad guy that actually cries blood.
It's true. It's true. And he does like his martinis shaken, not stirred.
Try to keep them
Yeah.
up to date still.
Everybody wanted one. He's like, yes, I would like one. I like one too.
Yeah. Bunch of weirdos. All right, so that's your number 7. Chris, what's your number 7?
My number 7 was Waiting.
Waiting. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. And then we'll go to my number 7. Let's move to that. And mine is something you probably all have on the list. Beer Fest.
Oh, snappity snap.
It hurts my heart that it's so low on yours.
I know, but Chris, to be fair, I've got a lot of really good films on my list, and yeah, Beer Fest is great. I love Beer Fest. I love a lot what they do. I did not care for Super Troopers that much. I'm going to be honest.
What?
Club Dread was not on my list. My two favorite things that they've ever done. Number 1 is Beer Fest, and number 2 is Tacoma FD.
Tacoma is great, yeah.
It's fantastic. The fact that they got 4 seasons out of that is a blessing. I'm trying to get my dad to watch the rest of season 3 so I can move on to season 4 and watch the season I've never seen. But he...
It's not as good.
I unfortunately got him hooked on Baby Reindeer, and we are watching that right now.
You said Beer Fest? I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Oh,
I have
so
Beer
good.
Fest at number 4.
So basically, it's all about these
I
guys.
have it at number 1. It's my number 1 movie.
It's a couple guys that go to their grandfather's funeral, and at the funeral, he tells them that he was I think he said he was a competitive drinker or something, or the family recipe. They had the family recipe, but somebody tried to take it or took it. And then it's all about these bad Germans that are trying to take the recipe away from them when they're trying to create this delicious beer that they can sell and make millions with and survive and take care of their families and stuff. So it becomes this big competition then, and they go to Beer Fest to compete in a beer drinking competition. So they enlist all their friends to help them. And it's a very colorful cast of characters.
Oh, I just heard a son of
Yeah.
a gun. Somebody's getting mad back there.
And you get the guy, the big dude, right on the right here that you see right here. He played Conan in the TV series. of
TV
Conan.
series, yeah.
Yeah. He
was
was
also in
great.
Gladiator. He
was great. Yeah, I loved him in the Conan. The only thing is he has a very thick accent, so it's a little hard to understand him sometimes. But overall, I thought he did really well. So
You mean-
I was glad to see him.
Do you mean
I'm gonna beat me one game at least.
I don't know. I can't see the pictures. I don't know who you're talking about.
You can't see him.
He played who? He played who?
He played Conan and Conan the Barbarian, the TV series.
TV series. He was also in Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's a big guy. He's super tall,
Yeah.
very muscular,
He was also
very
in Universal
thick.
Soldier.
very thick, like Austrian accent.
You think you're gonna beat me in drinking beer, little boy?
Yeah. Exactly like that. Uh-huh.
Well, you
Yeah.
just got called.
I didn't know there was a TV show.
No, you got
Okay, yeah,
Conan?
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about Ralph Moeller? That's his name, Ralph Moeller.
So the grandfather, the grandfather that passed away in the movie, his brother wanted the beer recipe the whole time, but remember he took it for himself and went to America with the grandmother that's still alive that she'd always remind the kids that she was a whore.
Hmm.
I was a little Dutch whore.
Yes, and then they showed her
Yeah.
like warming a sausage and like her
Yeah.
playing with it and like, let me get your sausage ready. And they were like, oh,
Yeah.
Grandma, no.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Grandma, stop.
By the way, Mr. Sean, while this isn't technically a bar film, they do a lot of their testing, experimentation, and their training inside of a brewery. So a lot of it takes place inside of a bar. A lot of it. And then at Beer Fest itself, which is technically a very large bar.
Yeah, it's a very large part. Yeah, so
this
it's definitely a bar
qualifies.
movie.
Yeah. So you might want to watch that one again because there's a lot of bar scenes in this for sure.
Yeah.
So moving on, that was I'm so sorry, right? That was mine?
Yep.
Okay, so that was my number 7 for Beer Fest. Kevin, did you see Beer Fest?
Yep, I had that number 4 for me.
And was that the start of your list at number 4? Okay.
Yes.
So Kevin's, I'm so sorry we took that from you. That's Kevin's number 4.
All right.
Kevin, what did you think about it? You could always chime in if you've had it on your list.
Oh, I remember I saw it a long time ago with you, and when Matt was still living with you at the apartment many years ago. It was fun.
Yeah.
Probably about a good 16 years ago, 17 years ago we were watching that. But it was a lot of fun.
Long time.
The one scene I do remember was when everyone got excited was the boot.
Das Boot.
That's right, Das Boot. Das Boots.
In fact, I emulated that and bought Das Boot and used to do it at my Halloween parties.
I remember that.
Remember that. And that girl won. That lady won.
Yeah.
I remember that. She beat all the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She had a talented throat.
Yes, she did. I mean, it was amazing. The way she was able to bring that thing down, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the one year you had it at the party. I was dressed as the Kool-Aid Man, and I got so drunk.
I remember that. You ever seen a drunk Kool-Aid Man? It's great. He kept trying to find brick walls to break through.
It would be great to see that. Yeah.
Really, we don't have
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, next.
Damn, I always wanted to get a boot.
Yeah, you should. You should. Just it's fun at home. You can just play with it at home. It's great.
Wow.
Let's go with number 6 on your list, buddy. Number 6. What's number 6, Sal?
My number 6 is the Big Lebowski.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, I picked the Big Lebowski.
All right. I don't have that, but what I do have is a photo of Joe Biden sniffing Dracula's.
This is crazy. I swear to God. Look at the dog! Look at the dogs! Oh my God! The dogs aren't even worried for Dracula. That's crazy.
All right. So what made you love the Big Lebowski? I don't think Sal got the message on bar films.
No,
he just
you know
drinks
what?
a lot
No,
in
hold
this
on. Before you even get there. So Donald tells me last night, hey, we're doing the great outdoor movies. So go ahead and make your list. So
Which
I said,
is coming
okay,
up.
Yeah. So I did my list, and then I go to sleep. I wake up because I went to bed late. I went to bed like around 4 in the morning.
That's on you. That's not
My
fault.
life.
Is that my fault?
My life.
Sal went to bed at 4. Oh, it's Donald's fault. It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
I
You
didn't get
told
the middle
me-
between you two.
You told me outdoor movies.
So then you proceed to
You
stay
didn't get up
up
till 4 in the morning either.
till 4 in the morning. How dare you, sir? When
How
you know
dare
there's a
you.
show the next day, and you know
Uh-huh.
I can change my mind at the drop of a dime.
That's crazy. Why?
Well, because I was like, we have access to an amazing bar here. We should film here. And then I was like, well, it doesn't make sense to do our favorite outdoor films inside of a bar. Why don't we do our favorite bar films? So I asked the group, and 3 hours went by and no one responded. And then I finally said, am I doing this alone tonight? What's going on? Is everybody okay? And then Chris responded, I think it's a great idea. And that's all I needed was one affirmation. And I was like, let's go.
Well, then we just
Nice
gotta go
one,
with what we
Mr.
have.
Turner. Nice one
I
there,
did.
Mr. Turner.
But then what that means, it means that, and when we do our Great Outdoors show, we're gonna have to all be outside.
There are bars and bowling alleys, though, Mr. Sean. So keep that in mind. There's a lot
Yeah.
of bars
Got
and
some
bowling
bars.
alleys.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true.
trying to
That's
make
true.
this one work because, again, Sal was a little bit off on some of these, and that's fine. We're gonna allow it this time.
we could skip it. I just
It's
picked
on
Big
the list.
Lebowski
It's
because
on
I was looking up on Google. I put
Yeah.
top bar movies, and there's 30
Right.
of them. And Big Lebowski, The Hangover, Animal House, and all these other movies that I have on my list. They said on Google that
Oops.
these are movies based off of bars.
Okay, so Chris, what's your number 6?
All right, my number 6 is my one where I'm kind of like, is it a bar movie? It's The Birdcage with Robert Williams and Nathan Lane, about a gay cabaret owner who owns a cabaret bar called The Birdcage, and his son is bringing his fiance's right-wing family home, so they pretend to be straight. But a big portion of the movie takes place in the birdcage, so I figured that, and I love the
I
movie.
think that's fair. It's literally
Yeah.
the title of the movie, so I get that.
Yeah.
Mr. Sean says, by your loose criteria, would Public Enemy qualify? There are a few bar scenes, and it's about prohibition. Is that the one with Shia LaBeouf?
I think so.
I mean, I guess it could be.
I should have picked the Night of the Roxbury. That's what I should have picked.
Nah, well, you fucked up. Okay,
So
so
Public Enemies, that's Christian Bale.
I'm watching.
Oh, it's Christian Bale. Thank you.
I just
Christian
started
Bale,
watching
yes.
Good Morning Vietnam for the first time, and I'm about.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I got a half hour left on it.
It's Johnny Depp too.
And a lot of it does take place in a bar. Johnny Depp is not in it. Robin Williams.
Public Enemies?
Oh, I'm talking
No, I
about.
was talking about Public Williams.
Good Morning Vietnam. Okay. All right, we switched. Okay, we switched back. All right.
It's about murderers.
Yeah, yeah.
Public Enemies would be about murderers.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Wait, is he in that? Oh, then no, that's not the one with Shia LaBeouf, right?
No, it's Johnny
Yeah.
Depp and the man with no teeth.
Batman, right? Christian
yeah.
Bale.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
stand him.
That's
You
it,
can't
yeah.
see his tongue.
It's about John Dillinger. It's about a bank robber.
Yeah, no, I don't think that
Look.
one would really qualify.
There's also one made in.
But anyway,
1931.
Kevin, did you have Birdcage on your list by chance?
No.
Okay. All right. Birdcage. All right. So my number 6 is, I'm sure, on somebody else's list. It is the Quentin
Good
Tarantino,
one.
Robert Rodriguez film From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, that was on my list at number 3.
It
Yeah, that
also
was my
has-
number. That was my number. Yeah.
Okay.
There we
Well,
go. That's a good movie.
you know what? It's my number 6. So Kevin, why don't you talk about it?
Well, it's a classic movie from 1996. It has the lovely Salma Hayek. It has the great George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino, Harvey Keitel, Juliette Lewis. You can't go wrong. A lot of fun. Most of the good parts of the movie takes place at this bar in Mexico. And of course, going by the title, From Dusk Till Dawn, when it gets after midnight, when the moon comes out, things go down. They lock up that bar, and it turns out many of the people who run the bar are vampires, especially Salma Hayek. My goodness, with the snake. she is a vampire too. And I remember there was a line, one of them said, "Dinner is served." And a lot of bloodshed comes about. Gets really nasty. It is a fight for survival against these vampires.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, particularly because I'm not a big fan of gore. But there's a lot of humor involved in this too. And I will say, if you like the movie, you should check out the television series that they did. I'm not sure who produced it. I want to say it was on Stars, but it was pretty fun.
It was okay.
Yeah.
The sequel and the prequel are so-so.
What was the name of the bar, Kevin?
Oh, come on. I can't say that.
Why not?
Answer the question.
You gotta answer the question, Kevin.
Well, I do remember,
He doesn't.
Satanico Pandemonium.
No.
What's the name of the bar?
Sal, what was the
No.
name of the bar?
You say it, Sal.
I don't remember it, but I think what was it called? The Big Pussy?
Wow. Okay. Moving on.
No. Cheech Marin was the one who was making that very famous comment about certain types of, you know what?
No, it was the titty twister.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah, Titty Twister, my bad.
Why are you guys so scared to say them words?
Well, we try to keep the program PG-13.
Yeah, that went out the
why.
window a long time ago.
I don't know. Yeah, that's been out the window a long
PG-13
time
the
ago.
whole time.
Big Sal, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is The Hangover.
Okay.
But it's not a bar film, even though it's in Vegas.
Chris, what's your number 5?
Yeah, what's your number 5, Chris?
My number 5, I believe, was trying to think. It was Cocktail.
Cocktail. Nice. Nice. What?
Oh,
Uh-oh. You can have it. Number 5 on my list is something I think none of you probably have. Number 5 on my list is that's my sister, by the way, everybody.
That's Diana?
Yeah, that's Diana. Mm-hmm.
Do you
Number
need her to
5
make another
on
appearance?
my list. Who's the guy that played Chekhov in the new Star Treks?
Oh, the gentleman who passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's
It's like a
it's
Russian
around the
name.
it's around the tip of my tongue too.
Yeah, same here. Emil? No, that's Emil Hirsch. The other
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, hey, Anton Yelchin. That's
Anton
Anton
Yelchin.
Yeah.
Anton Yelchin. This one stars
He's the
Anton
one that died,
Yelchin
isn't he?
and Patrick Stewart. I'm talking about The Green Room.
I don't know that one.
Not only does it talk, Anton Yelchin is part of a band that goes into play at this bar called The Green Room, which is apparently owned by skinheads that are horrible people. And
know. I've seen
they find
At
out
least 5 or 6 things.
that about that
It varies.
and say some shit, and all these skinheads want them dead, so they hold up inside of the green room in
No,
the
she's
bar,
on these.
which is where the talent would hang out prior to a show. So they hold up inside of this room and barricade themselves inside so these people don't kill them. It's a psychological thriller / kind of horroristic elements to it. It's phenomenal. It's really good. If you get a chance to check it out, number 5 on my list is Green Room, and I'll put it on the screen for you. Sammy says, "Hi, Donald's sister. Tell us embarrassing things about him." Not much to be embarrassed about.
No, he's not. He doesn't get embarrassed very often.
Yeah. Mr. Sean says, "Buy that woman a drink," and I mean now. Here, you want a drink? Let me buy you one.
Thanks. Cheers, Irene.
Yeah. There we go. Done. At her own bar. All right. So Green Room, highly recommend it. Number 4, Kevin, you already said your number 4, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Which was what film?
It was Beer Fest.
Okay, Beer Fest. And Big Sal, what's your number 4?
My number 4 was Beer Fest.
All right. Excellent. Chris, what was your number 4?
My number 4 is a new one to the list.
Hey.
I believe it's on a couple of people's lists. It is the Patrick Swayze hit Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's my number one.
Those of you who don't know
number
about
3.
it's a. For those of you who don't know, it's about a bouncer at a club who gets in fights and stuff.
He's a cooler, not a bouncer.
No, he's a bouncer.
He's the head guy. He's the cooler.
Well, yeah, it's still technically a bouncer. I mean, he works at a bar anyway. He works at a club.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
He's the
Alex.
muscle at a club.
See you later,
All the
buddy.
double
Um,
twos.
And it's a total cult classic movie. You guys have not seen it. They actually did a remake of it with Jake Gyllenhaal, which is not terrible, but it's not the original. If you guys like nice fight film, check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's lots of fun. Sam Elliott's
Yeah.
in it. He's fantastic. Patrick Swayze's in it. He's great.
He's awesome.
A lot of great villainous roles in there. A lot of real cud to chew on, so to speak.
I still think I want to do him.
Terry Funk and Keith David is in there.
Yeah, Terry Funk's
Yeah.
in there. I forgot about that.
Terry Funk, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Roadhouse, I love. Roadhouse, again, that's number 3 on my list. Number 4
Number
on
1.
my list is Coyote Ugly, so we're going to go down to number 3 on our list, which was, again, my Roadhouse. So, Kevin, what is yours on number 3? Do you have one?
My number 3 is Desperado.
Desperado. We haven't talked about that, so go ahead.
Yeah, and I think Sal, because I see what happened. I see what Sal's. You sent his list late, right as we're starting.
Kevin, do I have a photo of Desperado?
Yeah, you do. I sent you in the other email. Remember?
Oh, you sent more than one?
Yeah, remember I told you that. I said, yeah, I sent you the email. That's when Chris started making fun of me in the group text. Hey, that's not a movie. Blah 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 blah.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
the other
I
email.
don't have that, but what I do have is
Wait,
a
What if
You look behind me.
photo
Look
of
behind me.
Joe Biden sniffing Dracula's hair.
Here,
So
I
there
just
we
covered
go.
myself up. So at least, well, you can also see the picture.
That is not Desperado, sir. That
You were
is
using that picture way more than I
Dust
expected
from
you
Dust
to.
Till Dawn.
Oh wait, good lord.
Desperado was my number 1. I almost put El Mariachi because that one had more bar scenes than in Desperado.
Here we go. Here we go.
There we
Here's
go.
Desperado.
Okay.
Here's
Okay.
Desperado.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, this is a fun movie, and it's hard to believe. It shows how old that we're getting. Next year is going to be the 30th anniversary of this movie, and I remember when this came out. So much fun. Got introduced to the lovely, beautiful Salma Hayek.
Mm-hmm.
Praise the Lord. Lovely lady.
This is the movie that I fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
A lot of people did.
She played Carolina. But also, Steve Buscemi and Tarantino are pretty cool with the bar scenes that are taking place, especially Steve Buscemi's telling the bartender, the bartender joke.
Yeah.
And the guy barely cracked a smile. Cheech Marin, he's awesome as the bartender. And as you know, a lot of action takes place in there. A big, cool gun fight sequence goes down. Bodies are flying in the air. People getting shot up in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong. El Mariachi takes care of business. Mr. Banderas, it's actually one of the movies that a lot of us got introduced to Mr. Banderas, because a lot of people would have seen him in Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down from years earlier, from Pedro Almodovar, because he's from Spain.
Wasn't Antonio Banderas with Sly Stallone before this one?
No. That came out like a year later.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Hey, look, he said
Either
no.
way-
What?
Either way, the Desperado was really good. It was my number 2. The whole Steve Buscemi doing the storytelling of
the bartender joke was great.
There's this big fucking Mexican, and he's just he just handled all these guys, and then Cheech is giving him another beer. He's like, hey, tell me more about this big Mexican. It's just, and then when he gets there, they see the guitar case, and then they just all open their eyes and shit. Like, hey, what's in that guitar case? It's like, it's a guitar, And then they open it. It's like, you see, it's just a guitar. Then all of a sudden, the top of the guitar opens up slowly, and you just see an arsenal of guns. And he's like, yes, I am that big Mexican. I'm just looking for Bucho. And then you just hear Cheech say "Mátalo," which means kill him.
Kill him.
He's like, not yet. Then he just comes out with the 2 guns out of his wrist. That was one of the sickest parts I've ever seen in any movie.
Oh, it's one of the most creative things I've ever seen. So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And then, of course, Danny Trejo was also cool as Navajas. All the different knives, and it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, you know that's what's crazy is that Selma Hayek, that was the first time she met him, and he was in prison when he got that tattoo of the lady on his chest. That's actually Selma Hayek. And when he met her, he's like, I just want you to know that you're like one of the most beautiful women in the world, and I have you on my chest. And she's like, what do you mean? And he showed, the tattoo on his chest, and that's actually supposed to be Selma Hayek. And it freaked her out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a few comments. Sean McGean saying Barfly. I haven't seen it. So I couldn't add it. It's popped up on every list. But I haven't seen it. It just seems like it would be depressing as hell, and I don't have a lot of time in my life to watch films, let alone depressing ones. So I try to watch all the happy, fun shit that I can, now anyway. But if I get a chance, I definitely do
Just get shorter.
want to
Is that
check
who
it.
you're
Shut
saying
your
Mickey
mouth. I
Rourke
do
is
definitely
in?
want to check it out. Yeah, that's the one with Mickey Rourke. Yeah,
I
Faye
like
Dunaway.
Mickey Rourke, so I'm gonna have to watch that one.
I watched Chinatown. Faye Dunaway's she's great. She's also batshit crazy. If you ever worked
So
at
is Mickey
ArcLight, you would
Rourke.
know that. She was great to me, but not to most other people. So that was your number 3, if I recall. Chris, what's your number 3?
My number 3 was
Or
already
did I
mentioned.
skip Sal? Did I skip you, Sal? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, what was yours, Chris?
My number 3 is from
mine,
Dust.
mine was Weekend at Bernie's, so it's all good.
From Dust.
All right.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay. And my number 3 was Roadhouse. So let's go to number 2. Kevin, do you have a number 2 that hasn't been talked about?
It was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay. Sal, what's your number 2?
It was Desperado, but I want to answer Mr. Sean's question. It's not a remake. It's actually a sequel
The sequel.
to El Mariachi.
It's part of a trilogy.
Yeah. Because
Actually,
in the first one, you see why he gets his hand blown off by the handgun.
yeah. Sean McGean, ignorance is an excuse, but not having seen something doesn't make you ignorant. It just makes you not having seen that film. So I don't see how that's any type of ignorance. That doesn't make sense to me at all. So, okay. I said I'll watch it eventually. Jeez.
That's not ignorance.
No, I don't think so. I think he's off.
How
on
dare
this one.
thee?
Mr. Sean should chime in and say, Sean McGean, you're off on this one.
But hey, thanks guys for your opinions.
Mr. Sean says, yes, Rourke played Bukowski's analog character, Hank
Chinaski.
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 It's Chinaski.
No, it's not.
No? Oh, okay.
By the way, Mickey Rourke, he hated his time on Iron Man 2 playing Whiplash.
Oh, yes,
You
he
could tell.
did. Yes, he
You
did.
could tell. You could tell he just hated his time being there.
Did we go to the number 2s? Did I already go through the number 2s?
Not yet.
Yeah, mine was Desperado, remember?
Okay, Chris, what was your number 2?
My number two is a new one on the list.
Oh.
And it is an English film.
Okay.
And it features I should say villain, Bond girl / villain from my favorite James Bond movie, Die Another Day. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Martin Freeman, and that would be The World's End.
Well done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is my number 1. So I get you. I feel you on
I think it's the best of the trilogy.
I agree. Thank you. I agree 100%. You're the only other person I know that will agree with me on that.
More so than Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Because it has a certain je ne sais quoi. It has a certain heart to it, a backstory with multiple characters that just makes you really feel for them once you get to know that. And just the fact that they're all still willing to get together and do this. This is like a midlife crisis film of people watching it that are having a midlife crisis. So it just hit at the right time, I guess you could say. Go ahead, Chris.
And it doesn't hurt that you and I went to the World's End bar in Scotland.
Well, that's true. We did go to the
Yeah.
bar that inspired the name of the film, which is awesome
Yeah.
in and of itself. And I'm still friends with Rory, by the way, on Facebook, happily married with 1 child. And when I met them, he was going to the bar that his girlfriend was working at and drinking there, and I think he was 17 at the time. So it's good to see that something beautiful happened of just our happenstance chance of going into that bar.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it's because of me, but it wasn't.
You like to take credit for a lot of things.
It's true. I invented the wheel. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
So you
set
can
me and
roll
my
your
husband
ass
up,
on
you
out of
know,
here, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Yeah, The World's End's fantastic. I love it. That's why I put it at my number one. Sal, did you have it on your list?
Nope.
Kevin, did you have it on yours?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah.
So I try not to put something on my list when I see yours or anyone's.
Sammy has been, but that's only because I told you guys to go there. So you're welcome. See, again, I'm always like making things happen. It's fantastic.
You sure are.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a pat on the back.
Gucci Pants says, "Hey, I just happened to see you on my recommendations. My favorite bar film is The Shootist with John Wayne."
Oh, wow.
Awesome,
There you go.
Gucci Pants. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that.
Damn.
Welcome.
Why didn't I pick Tombstone? Tombstone is like basically all in a bar.
There's a lot of
Casino
westerns
bar,
take place in a
yeah.
lot of bars. Like you could do Back to the Future
Saloons.
Part 3. A lot
Yeah,
of that's in a
saloons.
bar
People
too.
getting shot up.
See what happens when you give everybody a 5-hour notice?
I was too busy watching Coyote Ugly, the showgirls of bar films. Let me tell you something, Mr. Sean. Have you seen it? That's the question I'm going to ask. Have you seen it? And if you have, who hurt you to where this wasn't a good film for you? Who hurt you? That's what I want to know, because Coyote Ugly is delightful. Do you just not like women?
What are
You
you
don't like to
talking
have
about?
women that have power
What are you talking about?
in leads and roles? It's Mr. Sean.
He said Dawn was too busy.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too busy watching Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
I'm commenting back. I'm clapping back. This is called a clap back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Throw it back.
Yeah, he's throwing shade. I just throw it right back. You have to do that.
I guess I didn't get it.
Yeah, no, you have to do that. Like you can't
gotta
let the
shut your people
cyber
down.
bullies win. Mr. Sean's a big bully. Like in person, he's a big bully. He comes in and goes, "Where's my comic books?" Like this. It's like, I'm sorry, sir. Okay, nah, he doesn't do that either.
So you know him?
Yeah, I know him. I know most of these people except Sean McGean. He'll never come into my shop because he's scared.
No, he's not.
He's scared of
He lives far away.
me. Always an excuse. He lives far away. Yeah, sure. And
He
then
lives
his
on the
car
border of
broke
Ventura.
down.
No, he lives on
He's
the border of
washing
Ventura.
his
and
hair.
He lives on the border of Ventura and
Doing
Santa Barbara County.
laundry.
That's a long
Always
distance.
Excuses. Always excuses. And Gucci Pants says, "Oh damn, I'm on my granddaughter's nickname."
That's crazy.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
We didn't notice.
No.
We're like, oh, somebody knew.
I'm gonna go with my number 2, guys, real quick, and mine's a new one to the whole story here. I'm going with Grabbers. I've talked about it before in our Halloween specials, and it is fantastic. It is starring. If you've watched the television series Coupling, it is starring the one really eccentric Irish dude who's fantastic.
I love that
remember his
guy.
name. But it's all about, and this is the best part, it's about a town in Ireland that's being invaded by monsters. And they realize the only way, because they're grabbers, they grab a hold of you and they suction themselves to you. And the only way they won't do it is if you're drunk. So it's a whole town of Irish people that have to get hammered in order to stop these monsters.
Adding this to my list right now. Adding this to my list right now.
The best film
Where's this town at?
for
I gotta watch
bars,
this
for
trailer.
drinking films, for horror films. It is fun on a bun. I love this movie so much. And if you guys get a chance, definitely check it out. Number 2 on my list, Grabbers. And yes, Chris, you need to watch it. And then let's go. Mr. Sean says, "I've seen parts of Coyote Ugly." See, he hasn't even watched the whole thing, and he's talking smack.
Oh, you
That's
didn't get it.
ignorance.
Tisk tisk. Tisk tisk, sir. Tisk tisk.
Very
No.
cliche characters.
No, you can't do that.
Cliche characters.
He's gonna hate me. But yeah. So let's go to our number 1s. Kevin, what's your number 1?
That's going to be the 1942 classic, Casablanca.
I don't think you've ever seen that film.
I discussed it a few months ago. What are you talking about?
I still don't think you've ever seen that film.
You don't think I use the HBO Max app to watch it on we call it Turner Classic Movies? You kidding me?
It's not on HBO Max, by the way, and it has
Yes, it
never
is.
been.
Yes,
Prove
it is.
Prove it right now. Prove it.
It's believe as you want. It's there.
Isn't,
Turner-
He's such
It's on a Turner Classics movie app.
TC.
Plus, I saw it years ago back in the day in school.
Let me
Like in
guess,
high
you
school, I
watched
saw
it while you were doing laundry.
No.
Because that's the only way I'd watch that film, is if I was doing laundry or something.
Oh,
Only way I
don't you-
watched that
don't you
film is
remember-
if I
don't
was.
you remember the two Seans back me up on it and say, "Hey, Kevin, you're right. It's a great movie."
Of course they are, because they're
Donald. They backed
a
me up. They
cumulative
backed me
age
up.
of 132.
That's pretty close, but still, they have great wisdom. They know their movies. They know their movies, and you must give them respect. They are part of our audience.
I know movies, and I hate that movie.
What? What is wrong with you? What is wrong
I think
with
it's
you?
boring as hell.
Wow. Boring?
Isn't
Oh,
it the
yeah.
movie that has like a alien in a pool and some shit?
Alien in a pool?
Now, I've seen...
Casablanca?
Mr. Sean, I've seen Lawrence of Arabia. It's 4 hours long, and I sat through it and almost died.
Lawrence.
They had to call... An ambulance had to come and revive me because I died of boredom. True story.
By the way, Chris, you like Key Largo at
I don't
least,
know.
right?
I've never seen it. I just remember hearing it from like Sex and the City.
I like one Humphrey Bogart movie, and it's The African Queen.
Yes, thank you. The African Queen and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre are my two
Yes,
Bogart
yes.
films that I enjoy.
They're good too, but what about Key Largo and
Well,
Casablanca? They're
I also like Key Mutiny, but
But to be fair,
All right.
again, just to be fair to everybody, including the Seans, I haven't seen a lot of his. I did watch Sabrina, though, and I hated it. And I thought he was terrible in it. Miscast, wooden, just awful. I never want to watch that film again. And I think
I wonder-
Casablanca's boring.
If the movie was in
Maltese
color,
Falcon's boring.
would it be better for you if the movie was in color? Would you enjoy it better? Is
No,
that-
the pacing
no,
was a little
black and
better.
white has nothing to do with it.
We could get some better
It's-
pacing going with this.
Yeah, it's with the pacing. Yeah.
the pacing?
Oh,
Wow.
Hey, Sal, what's your number one?
It was Roadhouse, man.
Nice. Chris, you're number one.
My number one was Beer Fest.
All right, mine was The World's End. So thus concludes
The
our
show.
rankings of our bar films. So I want to thank you guys for being a part of this heated debate that we got into. Thanks to the Seans, thanks to Sammy for just commenting endlessly.
Gucci pants. Don't
Gucci
forget
Pants.
thank
Thanks to
her.
thanks to Gucci Pants.
we gotta rebel.
Rebel the Uncanny. There we go. That's it. Gucci Pants is Rebel the Uncanny. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rebel the Uncanny. Thanks for tuning in. Gucci Pants. And thank you
Oh, wow.
all for being a part of this. We appreciate you all. Oh, wow. What, Kevin?
No, the Seans have one final response. Saying you haven't seen a movie with film or with a film is an opportunity for you to show some humility until you see that film, Donald.
I don't think
And
you
then
have
the
to
other-
show humility if you haven't seen a film. Why would you have to show humility? Why would... I have to humble myself because I've never seen... No. The fact that you've seen a film that somebody else hasn't seen doesn't make you better than that person. It doesn't make you more educated than that person. It just means that you've simply seen a film that they have not seen. And that's it.
Yeah.
And it's your job to recommend it, but it's not your job to degrade them or to talk down to them or to try to bully them into seeing the
Sammy, you're
film
okay.
or embarrass them into
Absolutely.
seeing the film. You recommend the film and you say you should see that film. And the fact that I have to tell a combination of 132-year-old two men that type of thing, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I really don't.
Like, for an example, like JR was telling me, like, if I've ever seen Dog Soldiers, and I said no, I've never. And I love werewolf movies. I've seen a lot of them. And he let me borrow the movie, and I gotta tell you, I was blown away. God damn.
I got asked to do it.
Who said that? Who said? Oh, come on! Why would you listen to Sammy of all people?
Oh, why would you listen to Sammy? God. But yeah, Dog Soldiers was a dope werewolf movie, super fun. I'm gonna say this. I think that's one of the best like werewolf practical effects in any werewolf movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, I mean, if I haven't seen a film and I would like to see a film, I'll definitely check it out. And there's been some recommendations, Sean, that you've recommended that I definitely have written down and added to my list. So I'm more than open to watching a lot of films. In fact, my friend Howard, who now lives in Texas, unfortunately, he used to take me to a lot of films, a lot of classic films. That stuff that I didn't know anything about, and I wouldn't look it up because I wanted to go in, with just to be surprised. And probably 9 times out of 10, I very much enjoyed the film. And I miss that. We don't get to do that anymore, which is kind of sad.
I do.
Now Chris gets to do that because Chris lives close to Howard. So that's good, though. Howard still has a buddy that he can surprise with those types of films, which is nice. So your recommendations, keep them coming. I don't mind them, and in fact, I write a lot of this stuff down in my notes section on my phone. So please feel free. With that, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in and being a part of this. We very much appreciate it. And thanks for being part of our bar. I would say a special thank you to Derek, but he seems to have passed out in the corner. I think he's asleep now behind the pool table over there, unfortunately. And then
he should be sleeping on the pool table himself. That'd been funny.
Thank you to Lacey. Thank you to my sister Diana for hosting and having us here. We appreciate you. And,
Wait, Diana owns the bar?
Yeah, she owns the bar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn. I'm going to come and visit and have all the drinks.
Big Sal said he's going to come to visit.
Yeah, it's slowing down. I mean, it is 12:30
Yeah, so
at
thank
night
you guys for
on
being a
Monday.
part of this, and thank you for tuning in. We really do appreciate you all, regardless of what we say, and that's including myself, because I can get a little sassy. I can clap back. But we do appreciate you all. Thanks to Gucci Pants for being a first-timer. We appreciate you. And take care. Be well. We are not going to have a podcast next week, just to let you know, because it is Labor Day. So we're going to be off that week. But the following week, surprise, it's going to be our ranking of outdoor films, adventure outdoors, in the outdoors, whether it be on the ocean, in the woods, it's outdoors. So it's going to be a lot
I could
of
have
fun.
picked something in the ocean?
We already did our list. Sal, you can update your list if you wish. That's absolutely
Son of a...
fine. Yeah, you can update your list. But we do appreciate you, and thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you very much, and make sure to tune in later this week. Thursday, we're going to have a new audio podcast that's going to pop up. It's going to be a delight to the senses, so I hope you enjoy. Thanks again, and
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you for
See you
joining.
again, Lacey.
And if you're feeling
great seeing you
thirsty,
again.
perhaps you can
Enjoy the refreshing, inebriating, solid, sometimes bitter Rumble Pop.
Ooh.